The Turkey Sandwich Podcast, meat and bread for your head. It's episode number 9, and today's topic, building your bankroll. We're going to call this the $1,000 bankroll challenge. I challenge you today to save up $1,000 as quickly as possible, to do whatever it takes, to sacrifice deeply to change your financial future forever. We're going to do this together. We're going to break the cycle, and I'm going to show you how to go from $0 to $1,000 in a relatively short period of time, to get you to stop living paycheck to paycheck and constantly wondering how you're going to pay your next bill, and to relying on credit cards every time something goes wrong. We're going to change that. We're going to start building our financial muscles, and we're going to do it together. I'm going to show you how to put $1,000 away, to put $1,000 in your hand, to save $1,000 cash money, and to get your financial life turned around and to never look back. Let's get this thing started. In order to change your financial reality, you must first change your mind financially from a financial perspective. So the first thing you need to do is you need to embrace the principle of scarcity from a financial perspective. So what do I mean by scarcity? All scarcity is a shortage of your supply, a shortage of money in this case. So just imagine you were, living in a third world country, that the money coming in would only cover such things as necessities like food and shelter. If you could recreate that atmosphere in your mind, you can change your reality, you can change your perspective, and you can start saving your money. So how are we going to do that? You have to create the illusion that your money and your funds are extremely limited, that they're in short supply. For example, just imagine you were living off of minimum wage, let's say. Many of your financial decisions would be made for you out of necessity. You wouldn't have the option to go out for entertainment or eating or doing something fun. You'd have to take care of the necessities first. You'd hardly have enough money to just even provide shelter for yourself. You wouldn't have the options that you would have, say, as you do now. You wouldn't have any overflow. So essentially what I'm asking you to do is to push pause on your life. Cut the financial fat and go down to like a bare bones budget for a few weeks or a month, however long this takes, so you can hit your $1,000 goal. It's really not going to take that long, a month at the most. So you got to cut the eating out. You got to cut the entertainment budget. You got to cut any excess or overflow. You're just going to skin and bones, meat and potatoes. You're just going to live a very basic life for a short period of time, just as if the depression had just hit, that you were in this state of frantic panic where you were just trying to put food on the table and pay your rent and pay your most basic necessities. So you got to do that for a short period of time. This isn't going to take long, just a few weeks until you get that little bit of money saved up that's going to prevent you from going back into debt or constantly relying on debt for things. So you got to break the cycle. And next, you got to get your income up. You got to get your hands on some more cash, some dinero, some cheddar, some Benjamin, some bread, some coin, some dough, some dollar bills, yo. I'm out of breath. Anyways, you can call it whatever you want, but you got to get your income up. You got to get your side hustle on. You can refer to my side hustle podcast to get some creative ideas, whether it's washing dishes, painting houses, walking dogs, doing yard work. There's a ton of things you can do to make some extra cash on the side on the weekends. Pick up some extra overtime, come in early, leave late. You're going to be so busy, you're not going to know what to do with yourself. It's going to be eat, sleep, and work. That's all you're going to do for a short period of time until you get that $1,000 mark. And I want you to keep that money in cash, in an envelope. That's going to give you some emotional energy and motivation to watch the bills pile up, to see that green every day. That's going to give you some energy when you're having a tough day. And also, use some creativity when you're doing this. Use the skills that you were given to make some extra money. Do something fun. Make it fun. Make it a contest. Make it a competition with some of your friends and see who can get to $1,000 the fastest. If you challenge yourself and you make this more like a game, it's going to take the hard work out of it. It's going to give you more energy. It's going to inspire you, and you can do this together with somebody. And the third thing you got to do, find the free money. I'm going to make you $200 in the next 2 minutes, so listen closely. The big boys in the banking industry, Chase and Wells Fargo, they are currently offering a $200 cash bonus for signing up for a checking account and linking your direct deposit. That's all you got to do. This is the easiest money you're ever going to make. $200 in your pocket. It's like taking candy from a baby. So this offer is good through the end of September 2018, and you're going to get your cash within 10 business days. You got to jump on this. You got to take advantage. I'm heading in this week weekend to sign up for my checking account to get my $200. I always say like Wells Fargo and Chase are like the Starbucks and Coffee Bean of the banking industry. You know your money's going to be secure. There's one on every corner. There are bank locations all over the place. You should have no issues accessing your money. So get that switched over today. Get your $200 and get your bankroll rolling. Let's get this cracking. There's also a few other quick ways to make some easy money that I wanted to mention. There's the Robinhood investing app. It's simply a stock trading app. It's 100% free, and just for signing up, you get a free stock worth up to $200. So you got to do this today. Take advantage of that free money. And of course, I got to mention the Acorns app, my favorite app of all time. Right now, you still get a free $5 for signing up, and the friend who refers you gets a free $5. So it's a win-win situation. This is going to jumpstart your savings plan, give you some free money in your pocket. So the way the app works, like I've explained in previous podcasts, all it does is it rounds your checking account transactions up to the next dollar, and it deposits the difference, the change, into an investment account for you automatically. So every time you make a transaction, if you went to Starbucks and you spent $5.50, it's going to round that transaction up to $6 and automatically deposit that 50 cents into an investment account for you. This is going to be a huge help long term and help you automate your savings plan. Get your savings plan on autopilot. So we got the ball rolling. Let's get the momentum going. Let's ride the financial wave. There's something very powerful about just getting started and getting those first few wins, getting those first few dollars saved, and it's going to get easier and easier. I'm telling you, when you get on fire, when you're excited and intense and exhilarated and fired up about this, that momentum is going to help carry you. You're going to get to $1,000 way faster than you expect, and this is going to get easier and easy for you. Once you get to that $1,000 mark, that's when you can breathe a sigh of relief, celebrate, take yourself out, enjoy yourself, and then start planning for your next financial goal. And lastly, you need to reach out to someone close to you for financial accountability. We all know how hard it is to give up some personal struggle or a vice or an addiction, and having someone there along the way on our journey is always going to be a huge help in getting things turned around. You might feel stuck or frustrated or discouraged, but when you have someone there to hold you accountable who's in a similar situation trying to turn things around, you can motivate each other and feed off of each other's emotional energy. So that'll help you resist the temptation to use your credit cards and to slip back into that same old routine. We're all creatures of habit. So we need someone to help us change, because change is hard, change is difficult, and it's hard to go it alone. It's amazing how much just talking to someone about your problems helps so much, just to get it out, just as a release. So maybe find someone in a similar situation, trying to get their financial life turned around, or maybe someone who's just one step ahead of you, who's already been through this journey, but knows what it takes, knows how to overcome the obstacles, because I can guarantee you this, when you're doing this, something's going to go wrong. Your refrigerator is going to go out. The washer and dryer is going to stop working. Your car is going to break down. There's going to be a moment in time where it's going to challenge you, and you're going to have an option whether or not to use your credit card, to use debt to get out of that situation, or to use some of that $1,000 that you saved up to get over the hump. I remember the first time I did this, my radiator went out like halfway through the process. I had like $500 or $600 saved up, and it pretty much wiped out my $1,000 bankroll. So I had to basically start completely over, and it was really discouraging. And I think having someone there to talk to about your daily obstacles is going to give you some energy, going to give you some emotional energy, and it's going to help you resist the temptation to just swipe that credit card. So you need someone there to lean on. Have somebody there who's in your corner, who's cheering you on, and who's going to help you get through those day-to-day struggles. Now let's wrap this podcast up. Let's put a fancy toothpick through this club sandwich and go cold turkey on the credit cards. Let's do a quick recap. So here are the 4 things you need to do to build your $1,000 bankroll as fast as possible. As we said earlier, number 1, you got to embrace the principle of scarcity. Live on less than you make. Cut the eating out, cut the entertainment, and save everything you can as quickly as possible. The second thing you got to do, increase your income. Get your side hustle on. Get creative and make some extra money on the side. And third, Find the free money. Take advantage of that $200 checking account bonus I told you about and sign up for some of the other free apps to get that free money. And lastly, reach out for financial accountability. Find someone close to you who can keep you accountable, keep you away from the credit cards, and help you finish your journey and help make a difference in your life. You can do this. We can do this. Let's do this together. Let's get this week started off right. You guys have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon.